Hello.
Can you continue our conversation? We're waiting for Max Dupo to log in. Hey Pat, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Give everybody what exactly we're talking about today while I log Max in.
Well, actually, we're talking about we're still in cancer awareness. So, I put on the flyer cancer and early detection
Okay.
or early prevention. We can't prevent any disease. I'm going to put that out there. But there are some things we can do to take care of ourselves. But Dr. Max Bronze Man,
Welcome back.
acupuncture,
Welcome back.
he's gonna explain that because I got this idea. Remember, I was telling you I was watching Fox Soul, and there was a young lady there. She was talking about her battle with cancer. So I thought it would be a great idea for Dr. Max to talk about those things like fasting and eating good and exercising and meditation and all that good stuff. That he's like the bomb, So
Thank you
I
very much.
thought
And
I
just
Dealing
thought
with
that
to
would
add,
be a
technical
great. I thought it
difficulties.
would be a great show, right?
absolutely, absolutely. And to add to Pat, we want to understand that some people take the choice of doing the conventional way, which is doing
Yes.
chemo, radiation, and the things that the doctor says. But we're going to get some information from Dr. Mack, which we can do it in a natural, holistic way. But we're
Yes.
not saying don't follow your doctor's order. We do have choices in life, and people choose to go the alternative way and not do chemotherapy and change their way of life and eating and etc. And Dr. Max is an expert in that department, and he will share with you guys some things in regards to that. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for Dr. Max being on with us from Bronzeman Acupuncture. Follow him. He also provides
He
acupuncture treatments and
said,
herbal medicine, and he is also a specialist in fasting and detoxing. Check him out. But we will get started and let him talk to you about some of the bullet points that we gave to him to expound upon so that you guys can get some great information. Thank you so much for joining.
Well, thank you for having me out. Appreciate you guys inviting me back, and it's always a pleasure to share information with our audiences, which is in your field, beauty and health. And if you're looking beautiful, that's part of feeling healthy because you feel good
yeah.
about yourself.
Yes.
So thank you again. It's always a pleasure to be back to share the information that I have that can help anybody in either way where they're dealing with
Right.
problems such as cancer, which is a very prevalent problem today, nowadays, or any other issues. So thank you for having me out.
You're welcome.
Yes. So basically, I watched that video also with Ananda. I forgot the name of the show. Ananda Lewis, and the name of the show I forgot. Vivica Fox, and I
Um,
forget the other host's name.
yeah, I think they the Fox Soul or
Fox Soul. It is called Fox Soul. Yep.
Fox
So
Soul.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, such
On.
a beautiful, beautiful, positive sister that bringing
I'm still
knowledge.
working, guys. So just
No problem, no problem. They're bringing the knowledge and the information to our community because our community tend to be more hit with. All right, our community tends to get hit the hardest because of our the lack of resources, the lack of awareness of these issues. Our community, primarily the African descent, the diaspora in the West, have a tendency to brush something off until the last minute.
Mhm.
Then they want everybody to just feel sorry for us and not be proactive
Mhm.
and doing the things that we need to do to help counter this situation. So let me know what you like me for me to start out with. I can start
Pat,
out. Pat gave me
Well,
the
I gave you the bulletproof
yeah.
bullet
So I wanted to
points.
know, yeah,
points. I said bulletproof. I meant bullet points.
yeah. We're gonna bulletproof it, all right. Yeah, I remember the points. So basically, I'm gonna share two things. We're gonna look at cancer uh, as far as to do our best to prevent it.
Mhm.
We can increase our chances in preventing disease, and we can do our best to prevent cancer versus trying to fight cancer, because once you get it, for example, like acupuncturists, we don't per se treat cancer. That's not what we treat. We don't really treat any diseases per se, because in acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine, we we treat the body. So whatever the signs and the symptoms that's showing up on the tongue or on the pulse, that's what we treat. So everybody's treated individually. So we never per se treated the named diseases. We treat the conditions of the body. So if you have a chronic disease, then what we do is we help the body to get stronger, and we help the chi flow, which is the electromagnetic currents that flows through your body. We help to strengthen that, which helps also strengthen the immune system to help the body to do what it naturally does, because the body naturally heals itself. However, the when we are stressed out, or when we are eating the wrong foods, or when we're eating at the wrong time of the day, or when we're eating while we're stressed, the body doesn't process foods, and then we get upset stomach, we get ulcers, we get different things of that nature. So basically, cancer is a cell that eats. It's one cell that starts to eat itself, and that cell starts to dis- de- destroy other cells in the body. So when that happens, sometimes you have different stages: stage one, two, three, and four. Four being the most chronic. When it's at stage one or two, if you go and get your checkups, which we recommend getting your checkups regularly with your primary care physician, so you can know where you're at, because you don't want to find out when it's too late. Is that when you're going through these different stages, we'd like to catch it in the earlier phase, so then we can teach you all how to help bring that cancer into remission. So, like I said, we don't treat it per se, but we give you the awareness and all the tools from the natural perspective to help you to help your body help itself. Because, for example, when a person cut themselves, immediately the body, all the cells go in to repair the cut. If you mend a bone, if your bone is broken, immediately the body goes in to try to repair and heal the bone and bring the bone back together. So a lot of us don't have faith in that natural healing process, because we don't make the connection to it when we get really sick. We think we have to come in externally and do something. Most of the times, the more things you do internally, the more you limit the process of the body's natural function to heal itself. You're intervening with its healing process. For example, we use fasting as one of our regimens that we use to help people when they're going under chemotherapy, and if they choose not to go to chemotherapy, that's one of the methods that I utilize in helping strengthen the body to help fight off the cancer. What were you
Okay.
saying?
Um,
Yes.
Yeah. So, for example, if anybody had a pet, or if anybody had a dog in particular, when the dog is sick, the dog doesn't want to eat its
Right.
food, right? I used to try to force my dog to eat,
Right.
and I realized when he did that, there were times often he would get sick. He wouldn't eat for maybe 2 days
Right.
at all. He would drink water, but he wouldn't eat the food.
Right.
It's not until later on I was doing research I found out that animals have this instinctive awareness to know that eating is not really the thing to do when you're sick.
Mm.
It instinctively know to the best thing for me to do is not to put
Mm-hmm.
something in
Right.
my stomach that's bothering me. And then they'll go to nature and they'll start licking the grass. You'll
Yeah.
see them
Yeah.
licking the blades of the grass. So
Right.
they're trying to absorb whatever way that the green or the chlorophyll will go into their body to help heal their stomach.
Right.
And then after a couple of days, you'll see them vomit something up. Obviously, something
Yeah.
was in their system.
Yeah.
And once they vomit it up, within hours or another day, their appetite will come back and then they're good to go. So animals have that innate ability. What happens is we're almost in the society we have gone far. There's a big disconnect to nature, especially people living in the cities. Um, it's almost
Like a
difficult.
microwave fast fix type.
Yeah, we're used to fast everything. Everything has become fast, where nature is not fast. Nothing happens fast in nature.
Right.
Even when we have a thunderstorm or we have these big storms down here in Florida, those things still take time. It'll take a couple of days to form. Then it'll take about another 3, 4 days before they hit.
Mm-hmm.
So everything in nature usually takes time to happen.
Got it.
And that's where allopathic medicine came in, because allopathic medicine over the years was like triage medicine,
Mm-hmm.
where I don't know, well, it depends on
Every
depends on your
fast
age and your generation,
enough. Yes, for
but
true.
we used to watch a show called MASH,
Yeah.
and
And
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
MASH. They were in Vietnam, and they
right.
had all the doctors at war treating and healing the people. So those were triage doctors, because like are where they would have like they would get shot in the stomach or their arms would blow off or things like that, where they needed allopathic medicine immediately or else they would die.
Right.
So allopathic medicine is very good when it comes to that, because the instruments in allopathic medicine can tell you what's wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and it can, if the situation is far too gone, it can help you to strengthen yourself to keep you from dying, let's say like poison. And then now it's up to you to be responsible and find out how you can learn to assist your body naturally to help your body do what it does naturally. And one of those things we do is fasting. So for those who are out there right now who are listening in, who have let's say any family member that's dealing with cancer at the moment, fasting helps a lot. Chemotherapy. If you know you are about to have your chemotherapy sessions done, it's best to try to fast for like 3 days. Put yourself on like a 3 day water fast, and then go in and have the chemotherapy. They find that people who have done that have reduced the amount of the side effects that they get when they're having chemotherapy, which is nausea, vomiting, no appetite. All of these things are reduced when they fast.
Right.
So there's a study that breaks that down. So this is all of this can be referenced.
Right.
Okay? So now let's think about it. If fasting during chemotherapy, where they're radiating the cells to heal one cell, but as they're radiating one cell, they're destroying about 10 or 11 cells at the same time.
Right.
If fasting can withstand the chemotherapy,
Mm.
imagine what it can do if someone chose not there are people who choose not to do
Right.
chemotherapy. Imagine what it can do for people who maybe fast a little bit longer
Right.
and not had chemotherapy.
Sure.
That's one modality that we can utilize to help the body strengthen itself.
Right.
Okay. I forgot to bring my. Ooh, I have an item I wanted to share with you all. Maybe y'all want to ask a couple of questions. I can run and get it. But there are two things I wanted to add to our bulletproof points, but I left it, so I may have to just step out for a quick minute and grab it. Okay, so I don't want to spoiler alert it, but okay. So the next thing for people who dealing with
You can go
cancer.
ahead, Max, if you want to, because I want to mention that another thing. That's her name, Alonda.
Ananda Lewis.
Ananda Lewis.
Ananda. Ananda said that she. You could go ahead, Max. I'm gonna talk
Okay,
about.
thanks. Okay, I'll be right back.
Ed Pat.
Ananda said she didn't have health insurance.
Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Now, for those who, let me get in front of the camera.
it. Yes, please.
For those who need information on health insurance, I'm here to help you guys. A lot of us don't know that we're eligible for health insurance, especially when we're self-employed, because they think because we're self-employed, that we pay ourselves, that we're not eligible.
Right.
She mentioned that she didn't even have health insurance, and she had to find ways to pay for her cancer. So she did a lot of research, and then she had a lot of angels who helped her along the way to help her with,
With her
with
process.
the payment of her surgeries and treatments and stuff like that. But I'm here to let you guys know that you are eligible for health insurance, especially those who are self-employed. Jen is self-employed, I'm self-employed, and we both have health insurance.
Sure.
So if you need information on health insurance, I'm here to help you. Um, Early detection,
Yes.
getting your mammograms, getting your physicals, reaching out to your doctors, talking about your family, your genetics, of
Yeah.
because it's a reason why the doctors ask you the questions they ask you.
Yes.
So I have like my client, she's a what you doing? I'm a physician rep. So she's a physician rep for health insurance companies.
Got it.
So there is a lot of us out there who are in these fields that we can help you get health insurance. So
Right.
please don't feel like you already feel like you don't know about it, so you're not going to ask anybody about health insurance. Ask your friends, your family. You are eligible.
Right.
So the information is out there.
Right.
Affordable. It's affordable. There are great, and there are a lot of great doctors who take Obamacare, believe it or not. So, if you have any information, reach out to me. I can help you. But I felt like, wow, she didn't have any health insurance.
Right.
So that was one way she didn't get, checked out because she didn't have any health insurance. She felt like she didn't want to go to the doctor or she had to pay out of pocket.
Right.
So.
Dr. Max, you're buffering right now. We're losing Dr. Max right now. But also, Ananda did like major researching on certain things to avoid and fasting and changing her diet dramatically. She said the pain of the cancer, she that there would be a pain of changing her diet and her lifestyle because she do the alternative way, and she that she would rather go through the pain of removing something naturally versus um, doing the chemotherapy treatment and things like that. That was her personal choice. And at stage 4, she had stage 4 cancer. She broke down. Basically, it went past a certain point, which is why they give them the different stages, stage 1, stage 4. As she started fasting and changing her diet and eliminating things that feed cancer, she now shifted to stage 3 cancer.
Yeah.
Stage two.
No,
Stage two.
she's in stage 3.
Stage two. She's in stage two. I listened to it. You
I
sent it to me and I listened to it.
thought she said she's 3
Yeah.
stage 2. She didn't.
Okay. I listened to it, but she's at the point where it's in remission, basically, again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's utilizing food. So the food aspect, sorry I couldn't find my food that I wanted to share with y'all. My wife was cleaning up and it's not where I last saw it. So but I'll tell you what it is though. But when you have cancer, when we were taught in traditional Oriental medicine, we were taught that in this case, that's the only time they recommend a vegetarian diet. Okay, so in any other cases, they have food like chicken broth or whatever and things of that nature. But my teacher had told me in a cancer case, that's the only time that they do even traditional Chinese medicine recommend a vegetarian diet because for the body to process the meat, it's too much energy that the body is going to utilize to burn to process the meat. So therefore, more of a vegetarian diet is recommended. Also, foods like berries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, elderberries, pomegranate. These things are antioxidants, so they will also help uh, for people who are actually dealing with the cancer, also. And then juicing, a lot of green juices, fresh juices, organic juices is very important also for those who are fighting with it or those who want to help prevent it also. Now, with the fasting again, there was a study done in Germany. There's a whole school that's dedicated to fasting and helping people recover with fasting. They have doctors on the premises to take your vitals and everything before you go on it, and then you stay at the facility and they monitor your health, your heart health. They monitor everything while you're on the fast. Where in this facility, they have people there who fast for like 40 days, just water. Fast for like 80 days, 100 days, just water. And these people will go in with arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure. And
Yeah.
after like the 30 or 40 day, when they're doing those long fast, water fasts, when they come out, they don't have any of those things. And all they did was drank water for, or maybe like a tea broth or tea or like a light broth in between those, because that's a long time.
Right.
But primarily water for 40 days, they came out and they didn't have any of those things. So, like if you have type 2 diabetes, that can be reversed doing intermittent fasting and fasting. So, it's a little too long for me to go into detail, but if anybody follow my Instagram, I have spoken about it already, and you can listen to those discussions that I have on fasting. Another thing I wanted to add about the fasting for the cancer, which what I do every now and then, I fast for 7 days. I do a water fast for 7 days. Not every year, but maybe every couple of years, I might stop and do a 7 day water fast. They say people who
Mm-hmm.
do 7 day water fast decrease their chances of getting cancer by 70%.
Wow.
Y'all heard that?
Yep.
You get you get a 70% on a test and you didn't study for it. That's very good, right? If you got a 70%, you
Mm-hmm.
pass. You more than pass. So a 7 day water fast. So it may seem painful in the fast in the beginning of the first 2, 3 days, but I think it's less painful when you're going through the pain of having cancer. I had a patient who I was helping. I wasn't treating him for cancer. We ended up finding out that he did have cancer. I thought it was an ulcer. We weren't sure, but he came in to me for hypertension, and I didn't know he had. But the hypertension was so high, his blood pressure would be like from 190 to 220 over 140.
Right.
It was so bad that I was like, no, I had to take him to the emergency room myself, and I was like, no, we have to leave right now because he was my
Mm-hmm.
last patient, and I'm like, I don't that this blood pressure is way too high for you to even for me to treat you. I need to go. We need to find out something is going on. So, make a long story short, he eventually found out that he had cancer in his intestine, and so he continued the protocol that I was giving him. Like
Hmm.
once a week, he would do a water fast with coconut water for 3 days. And when he went in to have it removed, when he had the cancer um, that they had detected removed, the doctor said, I don't know what you were doing, but whatever you were doing isolated the cancer and almost shrunk it and isolated it in one area.
Mm.
And so he said, well, I'm seeing a holistic practitioner, and he had me on a certain regimen, and that's what it was doing. So that helped him to recover. He was recovering quicker than if he had just not been on the
Got
natural regimen, because he would eat anything or any time of the day, and we helped him change his diet. So he ended up having the procedure to have the tumor removed, but the doctor said it was much easier because the cancer, from when they had detected it, it had shrunk to one location where it wasn't spreading continuously. So I can bear witness that
hmm
fasting helps.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now the second thing I wanted to give you all for prevention, for being this is breast cancer week. We had somebody in our family who passed away. My
Yeah.
cousin passed away from breast cancer too. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So it hit it when I deal with this, I deal with it like from it hits home. So I know, we did everything to try to help my cousin out. But sometimes the hard part in helping our patients and our loved ones is either they don't want to change their habits, or the
They,
people around them who are feeding them
yeah.
don't want to change the habits to continuously
Right.
feed and
Right.
trust that process, because
Yeah.
they're not seeing the result right away.
Right.
And unfortunately, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So, and that was one of the situations with my family. They were going the conventional route. They had already had removed. Did they remove the breast?
They did. Yeah.
Yeah, they had removed the breast, and it still didn't help her. So it
Right.
was spreading
Yeah.
so much. So the second thing, we want to help to prevent that. We don't want to wait till it gets to that stage. So as we're going to our regular visits to check up to make sure we're okay,
Right.
the second thing that I recommend is what I was going to bring. I'm sorry I don't have it. Is apricot. Apricot, the fruit.
Uh, Okay.
Yeah. So you get the apricot after you eat the fruit, the hull of the apricot, the big thick nut, the hull, you want to take it and you want to crack it open. When you crack it open, there's going to be a little seed in there,
Mm.
like an almond nut,
Right.
and you want to eat a couple of those while after you eat your apricot. So let's say you eat like 3 or 4 apricots,
Mm.
or you juice them, you crack the hull. Inside there's a seed. It tastes real bitter. The more bitter it is, the stronger it is.
Got
It
it.
has something in there called B17, and
hmm
that B17 has been shown to reverse and help prevent cancer. It came from the Hun. They found at the Hun Society, a group of people near the Afghanistan mountains. That's like the least cancerous place on the planet. They have almost no signs of cancer, and they eat the apricot seed all the time. The apricot seed is like gold for them in their culture. Okay. And then the third thing I would recommend, as far as nutritional wise, is blue-green algae. Okay, blue-green algae. There was a there was a particular brand that I would like, but the blue-green algae
Mm-hmm.
after Hiroshima, the bombing of the atomic bomb in Japan, they they were they that radiation affected them for a long time, but
Right.
that they after 40 years they've been taking blue green algae, that those people bounced back and they became like a world economy after that ordeal. So the blue green algae helps to protect the cells and to strengthen the cells from constant exposure to radiation, the laptop, cell towers. There's a lot of things where we're walking. It depends on what field you're working in. You may be exposed to a lot of radiation. Microwave microwave food has radiation too. Cell phones. So you want to help counter all of that invasion of all of these EMF
Right.
through taking blue green algae. And then also, the next bullet point we wanted to emphasize is the how important it is to take over your mind and integrate prayer. We said fasting,
Meditation.
meditation, just having faith in something greater than you that's at work. And if you put your mind to it and you apply your nutritional aspect,
Right.
you 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 if you choose the conventional way to fast when you're getting chemotherapy, and if you choose the opposite way to implement these things, then meditation is another important part, because when we take over let the mind take over, it does more
Mhm.
damage because it doesn't believe that it's going to survive. You already have planted the seeds of defeat in your mind, and you start to give up. And once you start to give up, the body gives up. So meditation is very important. So those are the three things that I suggest, and then we can help you to follow these models. We have nutritional guides. We have detox protocols to help you with this,
Mm-hmm.
with the art of fasting and my assistance in acupuncture.
Right.
We can help you to stay healthy, to prevent those things, because anybody can get cancer. Children can get cancer, anyone, because we all basically have the cancer cells in our body. It's just it's when they want to turn on.
Right.
And also chemicals, through certain chemicals, a lot of chemicals that we have from cleaning products and hair products and uh, all types of products. You want to try to use products that have more natural products in it, less chemicals in it, more natural
Right.
base to help. So basically, it's a holistic approach. It's not a one silver bullet that's gonna help to reverse. And you notice, like Ananda, she basically changed her lifestyle. She basically changed her way of thinking. She was proactive, also because she didn't have insurance, because it can be costly. We're talking about thousands and thousands. We're talking about sometimes fifth, tens of thousands of dollars, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
And the Creator gave us a beautiful vehicle, but we don't have the blueprint. We lost the blueprint, and now we have to utilize people like yourselves who are more educated, that can point people to myself, that can help guide them, because
Right.
without a teacher, you don't really know if this is good, if this is not good, is this working, I don't see anything working. People like myself, that's why we're here to guide you
Exactly.
as a physician
Mm-hmm.
and as a community activist who
Right.
want to see my community get healthier, stronger, wealthier, and more confident with themselves. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome.
So, if there are any other questions, I will do my best to answer them.
It was very informational. Thank you so much for providing your knowledge and expertise. And again, you can give them your contact information of how they can reach you. And looking forward to joining us again on other topics. You can leave questions in the DM if you are interested in something else in regards to us speaking to Dr. Max with the wealth of information, but also he offers meditation classes on Saturdays. So if you are looking to find some peace and de-stress and just try something different, being exposed to different arts of science that will help you reduce the stress, because as Pat and I know, we see clients every day and they walk in on stress levels at 10. So someone said very good,
At 10.
very informational, very informative.
Thank you.
So we
Thank you. Thank you.
appreciate you guys. He is very knowledgeable.
Breaking up.
Because someone was calling in my phone. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
Pat
okay.
and I started this live to bring awareness. It's not only
Yes.
about our products and our services, it's really understanding the root cause of your problem,
Yes.
that there are different people that will be able to help you achieve certain goals. I'm glad that Max is my brother, as everyone knows. If you didn't know, that's my brother. Myself and Pat come across a lot of clients that are dealing with hair loss, and stress and health issues are number one causes that will make the hair fall out, which in turn gives us a red flag to say, hold on, you need to go see your PCP. You need to check out Dr. Max or anyone that's in a holistic aspect, because we have people that are very conscious since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
We're eating better, we're exercising, but we still have little areas, as Max said. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it enough? Yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us and coming on, and know that we are here to continue to provide beauty, health, and wellness in a holistic way. And we are a team. Pat, Max, and I, we are a team, and we are here to support
Mm-hmm.
you guys. And we should be supporting each other and knowing that there are people out there. If you don't ask, you won't get any help. Closed mouths don't get fed. So,
No.
you know, thank God
Exactly.
we're here. We're here every Thursday, and we hope that we can continue to provide more information on
Yeah.
different areas. We might get Dr. Max to talk on some other things for our brothers.
Oh, well,
Yes,
this holistic medicine is well rounded. We
yes.
hit all topics.
So
Trust me.
we love you, Max. I love you, Pat. Thank you so much for
Thank you. I
speaking with.
wanted to
Huh?
give my info.
Give his info.
So I can be reached at Bronzeman Acupuncture, obviously on my IG page. On my Facebook, I'm at Bronzeman Acupuncture Inc. The office number is 561-367-5008. That's 561-367-5008. And you can call me on my cell also, 954-404-2735. That's 954-404-2735. And
Yes.
I also give Tai Chi and Qigong classes. We're currently doing classes every Saturday morning at Liberty Tree Park. It's right there in Plantation off of Broward and Fifth Street. Off
Right.
of Broward and Fifth Street. If you're familiar with the area, I'm right across the street from the post office. Okay, so that's 8 to 9 o'clock. We do Tai Chi and Qigong. This is the breathing exercises that help you to harmonize the flow of the Qi in your body and
Yep.
help you to move the body. So it help you with any type of joint problem, arthritis, any type of issues.
Right.
It helps you to find your center in your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have show you some martial application for those who interested in self-defense, but it's primarily Tai Chi and Qigong. And we do that every Saturday at 8 o'clock at Liberty Tree Park. And you can give me a call if you want to find out more information about that.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Any else final words, Pat?
Our final words is to always stay patient and be consistent.
Exactly. Thank you so much,
That's right.
everybody. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Be blessed.
Thank everybody for coming
Care
out.
of yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a great talk and a well
Thank you.
needed. Thank you so much, Max, for your time. And
Thank you, Max. Dr.
You're welcome.
Max.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me out. And I love to do it again. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Well,
Bye, everyone.
bye. Have a good night, everyone.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Good night.
Good night.